5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is
Lights,
Camera,
Super,
Action. She is
Claudia,
also known as Kali, and I am.
he's Victor.
And this is
Our most anticipated movies of 2024 show. Yes.
Why this late? We know most of our fellow film pundits handed their list last December or early this year. But we also know that Hollywood spends the first 2 months of the year walking down red carpets, rocking expensive designer outfits, and handing out awards. So the fun really begins in March.
That's true.
I know there are exceptions to that rule because in the past, the first Deadpool was released on Valentine's Day and the first Black Panther was released on Martin Luther King weekend, but not this year. In fact, there will be fewer movies this year due to the SAG-AFTRA and WGA strikes. So without further ado, what are your honorable mentions?
My honorable mentions for 2024 are Challengers, starring Zendaya. Joker's Folie à Deux, starring Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga. Wicked, based on the Wizard of Oz movie, but in the point of view of the Wicked Witch of the West. Dune 2, starring Timothée Chalamet. Imaginary, Abigail, Back to Black. This movie is an Amy Winehouse biopic. Hitman, starring Glenn Powell and Adria Arjona. The last one is Long Legs, starring Nicolas Cage. And which are your honorable mentions, Vic?
Let's see if I can find them on my phone. I have the list right here, but of course, Murphy.
It's a pig.
Okay, my honorable mention list. It begins with, are you ready?
Yes.
Roadhouse.
Sorry for your hat.
A Quiet Place, Day One. If, that means Imaginary Friends. That's the John Krasinski movie. The Greatest Night in Pop. That's the We Are the World documentary.
We are the world. We are the children.
Chickens. I mean the children.
What?
Orion and the Dark. That's also out, I think, on Netflix. Hitman, another Glenn Powell movie. Twisters. It's a follow-up to the Bill Paxton classic.
I can't wait to see the cows spinning.
With boots.
Moo. No, that's actually in Top Secret. The cow with boots.
Different movie.
A different movie.
Okay, so let's kick this off.
Yes.
We love countdowns.
Yes.
So we're doing a countdown of our most anticipated movies of 2024. And it begins with Kali, and her movie is...
My number 12 movie is Nosferatu. This movie is about a gothic tale of obsession between a haunted young woman and the terrifying vampire infatuated with her, causing untold horror in its wake. And what's your number 12 pick?
My number 12 movie is a throwback. It's called Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. I still love Eddie Murphy, and Judge Reinhold and John Axton are back. What's your number 11 movie?
My number 11 pick is A Quiet Place, Day 1. Experience the day the world went quiet, literally. I want to see how this thing started, because the first time I saw the first movie, A Quiet Place, I go like, where did this aliens or monsters or whatever came from? So I think this will do a lot of explanation to us. So yeah, we deserve that. And what's your number 11 movie?
My number 11 movie is a sequel, Joker, Folie à Deux. But it's a different type of sequel, even though the director returns, Todd Phillips, and Joaquin Phoenix returns. This one is a musical. and it stars also Lady Gaga. I like the first Joker, but it's a type of movie you only see once. What's your number 10 movie?
My number 10 movie is Roadhouse. The movie is about an ex-UFC fighter, Dalton, who takes a job as a bouncer at a Florida Keys roadhouse, only to discover that this paradise is not all it seems. This movie is directed by Doug Liman, and the actors are Jake Gyllenhaal, Daniela Melchior, and Conor McGregor.
The real UFC fighter.
Yes. What is your number 10 choice?
Wicked, Part 1. Yes, it's based on The Wizard of Oz, but it's really based on the play, the musical, that it's in both New York and London, which we might see.
Yes. Perhaps.
The movie stars Cynthia Erivo and singer Ariana Grande.
Wow. And that's grande.
As in big. Alright, what's your number 9 movie?
My number 9 movie is The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. The British military recruits a small group of highly skilled soldiers to strike against German forces behind enemy lines during World War II. The film is directed by Guy Ritchie, and the stars are Henry Cavill and Alan Ritchson. And what's your number 9 film?
Furiosa. Furiosa stars Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth. And we'll finally see a movie in which Chris Hemsworth actually speaks with his native Australian accent. The film is directed by George Miller, who returns to the Mad Max franchise. This is a prequel to Mad Max Fury Road. And what's your number 8 film?
My number 8 choice is Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. Although we don't know if it's gonna be released this year, there is to be determined. But I can't wait to see how this story unfolds.
Yeah.
Directors still are Joaquim Dos Santos, Kemp Powers, and Justin K. Thompson.
And they returned because they were the directors of Spider-Man Across
the Spider-Verse. That's correct. So, what is your number 8 movie?
My number 8 movie is Horizon, an American saga. It's a Kevin Costner movie. It's a Western. The trailer, it looks epic. It looks beautifully shot. The film stars Costner, Sienna Miller, and Jenna Malone. What's your lucky 7 movie?
My number 7 is Monkey Man. This movie is about an anonymous young man who unleashes a campaign of vengeance against the corrupt leaders who murdered his mother and continue to systematically victimize the poor and the powerless. Directed by the star himself, Dev Patel, and produced by Jordan Peele. It also stars Sharlto Copley and Peter Bash. Okay, what is your lucky 7, Vic?
My lucky 7 is another sequel to an 80s classic, Beetlejuice, a sequel that only took 36 years to make. The director of the original, Tim Burton, returns. Michael Keaton also returns, as well as Winona Ryder and Catherine O'Hara. This time we're getting Jenna Ortega, the star for Tim Burton in Wednesday, the streaming series. So what's your next pick?
My number 6. No, I'm not gonna say the third one because the movie is Beetlejuice, and I'm not gonna say the third name either. Beetlejuice is back. Oh, I already said it. I'm screwed.
Oh, no, we're in trouble.
I'm screwed.
We're in trouble.
After an unexpected family tragedy, 3 generations of the Deeds family return home to Winter River. Lydia's life is turned upside down when her rebellious teenage daughter, Astrid, discovers the mysterious model of the town in the attic, and the portal to the afterlife is accidentally opened. This movie is directed by Tim Burton and stars Michael Keaton, Jenna Ortega, and Winona Ryder. And what is your number 6 choice? Oh, I said it again.
My number 6 movie is perhaps the scariest movie of the year, at least for us Americans. It's called Civil War. Why is it scary? Because we already suffered a civil war in the 19th century that left very deep wounds, and because we are on an election year and things are very polarized right now. It's really scary if things degenerate as the movie seems to hint. I can't wait to see what director Alex Garland has in store for us. And the movie stars Nick Offerman, Kirsten Dunst, Wagner Moura, and Jesse Plemons. And what's your number 5 pick?
My number 5 movie is Banana! This is Despicable Me 4. The movie is about Gru and a family welcomes a new member, Gru Jr., who is intent to tormenting his dad. Gru faces a new nemesis in Maxine Limahl and his girlfriend Valentina, and the family is forced to go on the run. This movie is directed by Chris Renaud and Patrick Deloche, starring the voices of Steve Carell, Kristen Wiig, and Joey King. And what is your number 5 movie, Vic?
My number 5 movie, I don't remember it being so high on my list, but my number 5 movie is a Ridley Scott film. I know he hasn't been great the past few years, but it's a sequel to one of his greatest movies. It's Gladiator 2, and it stars Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal, and Denzel Washington. So, who doesn't want to see Gladiator 2?
Yes.
What's your next pick?
My number 4 pick is Drive Away Dolls. Jamie regrets her breakup with her girlfriend while Marianne needs to relax. In search of a fresh start, they embark on an unexpected road trip to Tallahassee. Things quickly go awry when they cross paths with a group of inept criminals.
Thank God they're inept.
This movie is directed by Ethan Coen and stars Margaret Qualley, Geraldine Viswanathan, and Beanie Feldstein.
Wow. I gotta clap. Geraldine's last name is really tough.
Yeah. So what is your Fantastic Four choice, Vic?
My number 4 movie is a Robert Eggers film. I love The Northman, I love The Witch, and I can wait to see his remake of the 1922 classic Nosferatu, the silent movie. We saw it last year. We loved it, and I can wait to see what he does with Nosferatu, the vampire. It's time for our top 3. What's number 3 for you?
My number 3 is Saw 11. You all know I love the saga.
I'm sorry, Kali, but Saw 11 has been pushed back to September 2025.
No!
Okay. So what's your new number 3?
My new number 3 is Trap. A father and his teenage daughter attend a pop concert only to realize they have entered the center of a dark and sinister event. The concert has become a huge trap that the local police has set for a serial killer. Written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. The cast is led by Josh Hartnett, Allison Peel, and Hayley Mills.
What is your number 3 movie?
My number 3 movie is Dune 2. Yeah, the first one was one of those movies that dazzle your mind because it's so visually arresting. But it was kind of lukewarm in terms of psychological depth and dramatic movement. I hope that we get to see something more dramatic. We're getting 3 additions to the cast: Christopher Walken, Florence Pugh, and Austin Butler.
Yes.
And it was already a great cast with Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, Rebecca Ferguson, Stellan Skarsgård, and Josh Brolin. This promises to be a great movie. We'll see. What's your number 2 pick?
My number 2 choice is The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. This is an animated movie, but I still want to watch it. The movie is about the untold story behind Helm's Deep, hundreds of years before the fateful war, telling the life and blood-soaked times of its founder, Helm Hammerhand, the King of Rohan. The movie is directed by Kenji Kamiyama and starring the voices of Brian Cox, Miranda Otto, and Sean Dooley. And what is your number 2 pick?
My number 2 pick might be surprising because it's the only comic book movie by Marvel Studios this year. And it's not number 1, but I still want to see it. It's called Deadpool and Wolverine. Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, and who knows how many cameos we'll see. And he's going into the MCU. We already saw the TVA. In the trailer we saw very little of Wolverine, but we didn't need to. He's there. We saw the claws and we saw Deadpool in the MCU.
Oh my god.
Can't wait to see it. What's your number 1 movie?
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
And my number 1 movie for 2024 is... Give me your hand. Put it like this. Deadpool and Wolverine! Yes! When I saw the trailer at the Super Bowl, I was so excited and so happy. I was like, oh my god, the trailer looks crazy AF. So this movie is about Wolverine, who is recovering from his injuries when he crosses paths with the loudmouth, with the Chayote, Deadpool. They team up to defeat a common enemy. Directed by Sean Levi, the movie stars Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, Matthew McFadden, and Morena Baccarin. The eternally young and beautiful Morena Baccarin.
Buddy.
Oh my god. Still can't believe that she friend-zoned him. Oh my god. What just happened there? But okay. I will wait and watch the movie and I'll find out what this is all about. So, okay. And Vic, what is your number 1 movie?
Should I say it?
Of course. We're waiting.
First, I should say that this list would be really different if Two movies had not changed dates till 2025 at the last minute. Mickey 17, directed by Bong Joon-ho and starring Robert Pattinson, and Ballerina, the Ana de Armas movie in the John Wick world. Also, there are two movies I'm very interested in that might have a date this year. That's Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis and Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. But I don't know if they're going to be in this year, so I decided not to include them. What I decided to include as my number one pick is one movie in which I seem not to learn. Because I've been picking this movie for the last 2 years in a row.
Oh my God.
This will be number 3. And this movie is called Salemslot.
Oh, yeah. Before you say something, is Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is not released this year, I will substitute it with Salemslot
Okay.
as number 8.
So,
Yes.
Salemslot is one of the greatest books by Stephen King, one of the earliest too. And it's about an author called Ben Mears who returns to his childhood town to write about a malignant house. But he finds out that there's someone living in that house who is even more malignant than the house he was afraid of. It's a vampire.
Oh.
I can wait to see this movie. The original was made in 1979. It had a theatrical cut. It was shown as a movie in many places around the world, but it was really a 2-part television event starring David Soul. This one, the stars of Salemslot is Louis Pullman, who we're seeing in Lessons in Chemistry, a streaming series from Apple TV. And he was also Bob in Top Gun Maverick. You know, remember that they all had cool call signs? One was Maverick, the other was Goose or Iceman. But this guy was playing Bob.
Bob.
And he had glasses. But he's great. I love him. And also one of the villains is Pulu Asbeck, who was in Game of Thrones, playing Euron Greyjoy. That's psycho. I'm happy that it will finally be released this year according to Warner Brothers. But I'm pissed off with Warner Brothers because it's not going to be released in theaters. They're going to put it in Max. And after this wait, it's really unfair for fans of Stephen King to have to see this movie on a small screen. And you remember Glass Onion?
Yes.
That movie was shown in theaters for only a week.
Yes, that's true.
That's
and only in one movie theater. Remember in Plaza Las Americas only?
Yeah, here, but it was shown around America
Yeah.
in like
1 week.
only 1 week. That's all I want. I want to see it in theaters. They don't have to spend money on advertising and marketing. They just have to put a press release on Variety, The Hollywood Reporter, and Deadline. We will show up.
Actually, you know what other movie is suffering from this and will suffer from this?
Oh my God, Roadhouse! Roadhouse. Roadhouse. Roadhouse.
I
Yeah,
love the trailer and I can't believe they're not gonna show it.
But there's a difference. Roadhouse was made for streaming, and the talent involved knew it. The director knew it, and the stars knew it. But Salemslot, which is a movie directed by Gary Doberman, who wrote the It movies, was made for theaters. As I said, it's not great. It's not a great situation for Warner Brothers. And as a stockholder, I'm pretty pissed off with WBD. They should release this movie at least for a week so we can have the chance to see it in theaters.
That's true.
So, this is the end.
This is the end.
My only friend, the end.
Oh my. Jim Morrison! We love you. Okay.
So,
Subscribe to our channel Lights Camera Super Action on YouTube. Hit the like button. Share our videos with everybody. Hit the bell button so you receive the notifications every time we upload a new video. We are also on Threads, Facebook, and X.
so this was
Lights,
Camera
Super.
Action.
See you next time.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.